It's a very low percentage. It's half the world average of women declaring themselves happy. And it may be surprising because the quality of life in Italy is still very good. But it's not surprising for us because us at Elle Italy have been a lot of reporting about women issues, and we know that the situation is tough.
Happiness is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And I think Spanish people are really the best example of this mantra. Because despite the economic crisis and despite the high unemployment rate, we still believe in life, we still believe that being positive makes a difference.
I think women have spent a very long time fighting for employment and career equality, and that's been a real focus for us. But I think we're realising more and more that that is not our only source of happiness. And in Australia anyway, I can definitely see a movement away from defining success as being purely financial achievement and career focused, and more about what are the things that make me happy inside. And if that means that I'm taking a step back from my career and I'm going part-time so that I can spend more time with my children, or whatever those things are that really do make you have a happier life, then I can see that that's slowly shifting.
Spanish people have redefined success, and the new clue in success, happiness, a happy life, is a balanced life where you can really be happy with your friends, with your career, and with your family.
There's a very high rate of Dutch women working part-time, and I think it shows in the numbers that it's an excellent way to balance your life. If you have time to relax and you're not always stressed out with work, organizing your life, but you have me time as well, it will show in your appearance, in your self-confidence, in everything, I think.
We're still a very young democracy. It's only 20 years ago since Nelson Mandela was elected as our president. And before that, the apartheid regime was racist and sexist. So women in South Africa didn't have access to studying or working, really, in a higher level of professional life. So they didn't even have a checkbook. If they wanted medical insurance, they had to go through their husband. And now many things have changed since then. And that's why they are so hungry to build their own professional life.
Our readers' generation doesn't want to sacrifice neither for family nor career. At their mother's generation, women should have given up the aim of themselves to achieving their own life. So now all the women has more options, and our readers think they would take both.
I talk about this with my girlfriends all the time, that women don't have hobbies, and I don't know if that's just an Australian thing or if it's a global thing. I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that I suppose women still, no matter how equal we are in careers, how employed we are, I think women still bear the burden of most of the unpaid work.
Women know that don't have any choice. They have to work to earn their lives on their own, to be independent financially. With the multiplication of divorces and the new models of families, women know they should not count on anyone but themselves to guarantee their financial autonomy. But of course, it's a kind of pressure. Moreover, to the question, what's the biggest challenges you are facing, women answer: financial security, financial independence first, with around 50%.
It's good to see that the Dutch women are not so much concerned with aging, because if you're self-confident, if you love life, and if you laugh out loud a lot, then I think your face will show the lines of happiness.
I think in Japan, the mother's responsibility is well established in all aspects of society. So society would like the women to be a good mother, and that they have a big pressure to that. Maybe for women, it is more or as much as important to succeed in career, or as well succeed in family. So that's why they would like to be a good mother, and that to be a good mother, they are respected as women.
I think women feel that they are capable, more than capable, and as educated and as qualified, but they don't have as many chances in terms of going further up.
Well, because women are aware the workplace has been made by men for men. They think it's more complicated for them to succeed, and unfortunately they are right. Even if today women are more graduated than men, there are still not a lot of them at the head of French companies, and one active above 3 has still a part-time job. And not to forget, women's wages are 28% lower than men's, and only 30% of business firm managers are women.
A lot of women drop out of education around digital skills, which is a massive gap. I think young women really need to stick with that, even though it's fairly male dominated at the moment, because that is the future. Those are the skills we are all going to need to have, and it would be terrible if more than 50% of the workforce don't have those skills in 3, 4, 5 years' time. I think the disparity in the figures there is actually down to how women feel rather than what is actually the situation. I think businesses are much more open to working with women with children. I think men are much more involved in the family, but I think we still feel we don't have a voice. But I also think that the younger generation of men, perhaps aged between 18 and 28, and we've done a lot of work around this at British Elle, are actually a lot more engaged in families. So when those men rise up through the ranks and become bosses, they will be listening out for that voice perhaps a bit more than CEOs in companies now are listening out for that voice, and we will feel stronger about talking about it because we'll be in a better environment where men are understanding a little bit more about what we do. I think sometimes we're just frightened to say we're mothers, which is a real shame.
For 63% of the women who answered, childcare services are not sufficient in France. There is not only a problem of public policies, Companies need to evolve too, to change their mind on maternity. Nowadays, women are still punished in their career because they have children. But we need to think more globally. A child has most of the time two parents. The mother shouldn't be the only one carrying the mental load in the family. And companies should help more parents to reconcile their private and professional lives by developing, for example, flexibility, by forbidding late meetings.
We have an excellent childcare system, which means that everybody gets guaranteed a kindergarten place. It's in the law. I myself have 4 kids and husband, and we don't have any nannies. It's just this kindergarten.
Ce qui est important en Orient, c'est que l'homme et la femme sont très définis. On ne peut pas dire, ça ne se mélange pas aussi facilement. Mais je crois que si on avait dit, est-ce que vous voulez être pendant une journée votre homme ou votre mari ou votre frère, là ça l'aurait beaucoup intéressée parce qu'elle a très envie de rentrer dans la peau de quelqu'un de précis pour voir ce qu'il pense. Mais devenir un homme, même pour une journée, qui veut l'être? Personne. La personnalité de la femme orientale est très féminine, pas féministe. Donc elle ne rêve pas d'être un homme, elle rêve d'être une femme forte.
So all of us, we really hope that the changes that are beginning slowly, but they are beginning in Italy, we are sure that they will bring much more opportunities to women, because women and young, they are the two groups of persons that still need to be helped in Italy.
So that's something that maybe we just have less leisure time, less time to think. I think a lot of the men I know, particularly Australian men, where there's amazing golf courses and there's surf all the time and lots of pubs, you know, they're very good at focusing on their personal needs, much more than women. Whereas, you know, women are all about kind of still looking after everybody else, even when they have very busy lives themselves. I think it's probably also got something to do with the fact that men are better at switching off. So they can think, okay, you know, I've been to work and now it's me time, or, you know, I've had my time with the kids, now I just need to relax a little bit. Women don't really do that. There are lots of things I would love to do. I need to do some French lessons. You know, there are lots of hobbies that I would like to pick up, but in the back of my head, I'm never really going to enjoy relaxing because it's, you know, there's my to-do list and the things that I have to buy and what am I going to cook for dinner and all of those things that women are not good at switching off. So I think that probably has something to do with it. It's something we all need to work on.
I think the thing that I've found as a working mother with 4 children and employing lots of women, young and old, with children, is that you have to ask. If you don't ask the question, if you don't say what you need and what you want to be the best you can be at work and at home, then you will never know whether it was possible or not. The worst thing is not to ask.